Now to the previous coalition government and that inexplicable and unforgivable effort by Scott Morrison, where he secretly had himself sworn into 5 other ministries, including health, finance, treasury, home affairs and resources. It was a crazy thing to do. It deceived his colleagues, it kept the parliament in the dark, and it wasn't upfront with voters. The incoming Labor government commissioned a report on the episode and it was released today. It was conducted by former High Court Judge Virginia Bell, who didn't hear directly from Morrison, but rather from his lawyer. The report lays out all the facts and, to my mind, it makes the most relevant findings at points 19 and 20. Let's have a look at them. Given that the Parliament was not informed of any of the appointments, it was unable to hold Mr Morrison to account in his capacity as Minister administering any of these 5 departments, Justice Bell said. As the Solicitor General concluded, the principles of responsible government were fundamentally undermined because Mr Morrison was not responsible to the Parliament and through the Parliament to the electors for the departments he was appointed to administer. Yeah, now this is crucial, right? This is what I've been saying all along. With his appointments secret, he had the power, but there was no way for him to be held to account. In this way, this action was a fundamental breach of our democratic compact. And in the following point, Justice Bell said the lack of disclosure of the appointments to the public was apt to undermine public confidence in government. Once the appointments became known, the secrecy with which they had been surrounded was corrosive of trust in government. Yeah, even though no outward damage might have been done at the time, this weird episode has eroded public trust. It has certainly damaged Morrison, and to some degree it's undermined the coalition trying to adjust to its new life in opposition. And it's a free kick for Labor to make a very fair point.
He's misled the Parliament every single day in which he stood there and as the Prime Minister without revealing.
So what now? Well, there could be a motion against Morrison in Parliament, where he still sits as a backbencher, of course. It would seek to censure him for misleading Parliament. The former PM has posted another statement on this today, pointing out that the only time he used these powers, he let the relevant minister know. I'll talk to that minister later in the program. And he said no one could truly understand the pressures on him during the pandemic. Justice Bell made some recommendations, and Scott Morrison agrees with them. They are the obvious solutions to make sure this doesn't ever happen again. Whenever ministerial appointments and responsibilities are changed from now on, they need to be made public immediately in the Government Gazette and straight away also on government websites. Those recommendations ought to be adopted quickly.